Shorty wanna blow me, then bro me. She told me that I gotta keep it low key. Somebody got a cuff like the police. That's why she always acting like the homie. Shorty wanna blow me, then bro me. She told me that I gotta keep it low key. Somebody got a cuff like the police. So she come around acting like the homie.
Never take life for granted. Shit real. I got issues for what I've been through, but then again, if I give you my all, it's genuine. You ain't never lived a life if you never took a loss. If I die tonight, everything I ever own, you can take it all. Put my pain in this music until the song hurting. Ever gave your heart to the wrong person? If I love you, just keep it tall with me. And in return, you get rewards from me. 5-star dinners, shopping sprees and long trips. Booked a short stay with your bae in the A and gave a long...
This hot fuck, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
As a professional comedian, as somebody who's funny for a living, I've always considered like there are no limits when comedians get in their bag and do their thing. They can find a way to make anything funny. But now with people being this sensitive to the point where you're getting attacked by other Hollywood celebrities
and bots,
does that put like a, well, bots is always there, but like people walking up on stage is different. Does that put like a cramp in your style and how you do your thing now?
Well, I consider myself an actor. I'm a comedic actor, but I don't do stand-up necessarily. So, like, my approach is not so immediately responsive, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do television, so if somebody catches me outside, they're talking about something that happened, you know, weeks and weeks, you know what I mean? So it's usually not that, I don't think they're that angry still, or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? So I don't run up against, like, the fire emotional reaction in the moment like that, but you kind of just, there's going to be consequence. Like, yeah, you can speak your mind, but like, don't be surprised when somebody doesn't enjoy that shit and they respond to that shit, and you have to be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want that, find a smarter way to tell that same joke where it's not as offensive. You know what I'm saying? Or that person can see it as funny.
Right. Well,
and like, you know, it's a tough one when they say like, oh, you know, anything should be up for humor, but I don't know if I agree with that.
Are there sketches you won't do?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they really are. Like, I think, you know, certain things aren't necessarily helpful. So I try not to, like, do shit that doesn't necessarily, like, push it forward. Or if I really feel like, you know, when I get, like, Uncle Tom comments and backlash of shit that I've already done, I personally never approached it that way and didn't never see it that way. Because if I did, I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the South, so we know, like, our history very well there, especially the dark side of it. And I don't play with that like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's funny. And I don't think it's funny when people try to throw those accusations on me either, because they don't necessarily know me. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of looking outward in. And, you know, some points they might have like, you know, an inkling to think down that road. But like, if you really knew the situation, you would never say that. You would also never really say that to my face, because like, that's an angry kind of response you're gonna catch from me, because it's like, who do you think you're playing with? Like, I'm not a child, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not out here playing
see
games.
These hands.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to show them to you, but.
All right. Okay, so I want
to go somewhere though, right here in this conversation, because the Andrew Schultz comments that came out recently, right, about Kendrick Lamar, I just got to ask him, since we're talking about how far can comedians go, where's the line? Like, how do you feel about those comments that he made about Kendrick Lamar?
I mean, we've been talking about it all day. I haven't necessarily seen it because I don't pay attention to what feels like obvious nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, one side is like, if I'm going to kill you over these words, then you're probably saying words that are like hyper angering that side. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you should just relax. You know what I'm saying? On whatever you're doing to cause them to be having that kind of reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like there's way too much shit going on in the world for either one of them to be focused on such negativity towards each other, because now it's just counteractive. Well, I'm still a man. I can say what I want, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you can't say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We should stand up for our black women on this side or whatever. Don't let no white comic do this, blah, 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 blah. And like all that back and forth, and it's like they both, it feels like the point of respect is further on the Kendrick side, and the point of disrespect is coming from the Schultz side. And his only defense on that side is, I can say what I want, freedom of speech, this, that, and the other. And it's like, yes, that's true, but there are consequences to action. You know what I'm saying? There's consequence to words. And if you want to continue to live that, you know, freedom of speech shield, then, you know, you have to take what's coming to you. And that's not necessarily advocating for anything, because I'm all about like peace and tranquility and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wish ill will on nobody kind of shit. But there are reactions to actions, you know what I'm saying? So like, I think it's dumb to continue to try to play that game, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, if you don't want to apologize, then say I'll do better, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Let me figure out how to get my point across, because my initial point was trying to be funny. So like, where did I miss the boat? You know what I'm saying? You missed the boat because it feels like whatever joke you was telling is hyper egregious immediately, because the only reaction that came from it was anger. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like...
It wasn't funny.
It's like, how does Andrew Schultz get on Kendrick Lamar's radar anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought he was focused on Drake.
I think
so. You know what I mean? Like,
I was very surprised at Andrew Schultz, because I figured, you know, Charlemagne would have told him about the drops by now.
And it feels like putting his peoples in a bad position too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now this guy's got to continue to try to like explain to you why you should probably relax and this, that, and the other. Like, you know, I don't know, man. It's like, grow the fuck up. Like, of course you can't just talk shit about a grown man and talk about, from what I've been hearing, you're talking about like raping them and shit, or like whatever the fuck, or, you know, all kind of crazy like shock factor, like word play kind of shit.
Right.
Which is like, hey man, like this motherfucker's about to go in the office and all kind of shit is about to go down. You know what I'm saying? Is what we need to be focused on, it seems like. And all these side distractions of who's got a case for what and this, that, and the other is besides the point. And like the biggest point that I'm getting out of it, that I would like to take from it, is like, yeah, don't let people disrespect our black queens. Like, why would we? You know what I'm saying? That's the only like logical thing I can see from this whole thing. Like, fuck freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, of course we have freedom of speech, but like I said, you know, you free to talk, but you free to get smacked too if the person you're talking to doesn't like what you're saying.
So something could be, I guess two things could be true at the same time. Like MECC says, like something could be funny but offensive to somebody else and cause the issue. How do you balance that? Yeah, I mean, who's it funny to? You know what I mean? Like, is anybody laughing, or is it just coming from a comedian, so it's technically supposed to be a joke? You know what I'm saying? But like, jokes are supposed to be funny. So like, if it's not funny, then it's just, it feels like it's just shit talking. And shit talking is, you know, that's just some bullshit.
You was ever put in a situation like that? Where you said a joke and somebody took it offensive?
Philly, BEATZ.
I mean, y'all hearing what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Take a lot for a nigga to get inspired, man. So much bullshit out the day, man. So much bubblegum. You know what I'm saying? I be having to get the urge to get in this bitch, man. You know sometimes you gotta let that thing ride, man. You know what I mean? Rushing this shit. Like waking up sluggish from a long night after they go to the gym. And I still get in there and get the reps. Yeah. Rolling woods in my neck of the keeper, Eckler, and my ethic is catch a movie, kill the editor, bully the bullies, prey on the predator, smoke that premium. Niggas ain't regular, get it and whipping it, flip it, accelerate. Lecture sliding through in the Tesla, handle the rock like the professor. Felt the pressure for the lesser, everything coming together. So relentless, more endeavors, hustling more than ever. Better get yours together, fucking them whores together. Catching you and your boys together. Good connection with God, put you and the Lord together. Heaven gates, nigga.